Alright, folks, let's take a trip down memory lane and dive into the history of the United States of America. We're going to go through every single president, so buckle up. First up, we have George Washington, the OG president who led us through the American Revolution. Then comes John Adams, who had some big shoes to fill. Next, we have Thomas Jefferson, the man behind the Louisiana Purchase. Moving on, we have James Madison, who guided us through the War of 1812. Then comes James Monroe, known for the Monroe Doctrine. After him, we have John Quincy Adams, the son of a former president. Now, let's talk about Andrew Jackson, the man who fought for the common people. Following him, we have Martin Van Buren, who faced economic challenges during his presidency. Then comes William Henry Harrison, who unfortunately served the shortest term due to illness. Next up, we have John Tyler, who took over after Harrison's untimely death. Then comes James K. Polk, who expanded our territory through the Mexican-American War. Moving forward, we have Zachary Taylor, who was a war hero before becoming president. Now, let's talk about Millard Fillmore, who took over after Taylor's sudden death. Following him, we have Franklin Pierce, who faced a divided nation on the brink of civil war. Then comes James Buchanan, who unfortunately couldn't prevent the Civil War. Moving on, we have Abraham Lincoln, the man who led us through the darkest days of the Civil War. After him, we have Andrew Johnson, who faced the challenges of Reconstruction. Next up, we have Ulysses S. Grant, known for his leadership during the Civil War. Now, let's talk about Rutherford B. Hayes, who won a disputed election. Following him, we have James Ed Garfield, who unfortunately was assassinated. Then comes Chester A. Arthur, who took over after Garfield's death. Moving forward, we have Grover Cleveland, who served 2 non-consecutive terms. Next up, we have Benjamin Harrison, who faced economic challenges during his presidency. Then comes William McKinley, who led us through the Spanish-American War. Now, let's talk about Theodore Roosevelt, the man who championed conservation and trust-busting. Following him, we have William Howard Taft, who faced challenges within his own party. Next up, we have Woodrow Wilson, who led us through World War I. Moving on, we have Warren G. Harding, who unfortunately faced scandals during his presidency. Then comes Calvin Coolidge, known for his laissez-faire approach to governance. After him, we have Herbert Hoover, who faced the Great Depression. Now, let's talk about Franklin D. Roosevelt, the man who guided us through World War II and implemented the New Deal. Following him, we have Harry S. Truman, who made the tough decision to drop the atomic bomb. Next up, we have Dwight D. Eisenhower, a war hero turned president. Then comes John F. Kennedy, who inspired a nation before his tragic assassination. Moving forward, we have Lyndon B. Johnson, who faced the challenges of the Civil Rights Movement. Now, let's talk about Richard Nixon, who resigned amidst the Watergate scandal. Following him, we have Gerald Ford, who took over after Nixon's resignation. Next up, we have Jimmy Carter, who faced economic challenges during his presidency. Moving on, we have Ronald Reagan, known for his conservative policies and the end of the Cold War. Then comes George H.W. Bush, who led us through the Gulf War. After him, we have Bill Clinton, who faced impeachment but also presided over a period of economic prosperity. Now, let's talk about George W. Bush, who faced the challenges of 9/11 and the War on Terror. Following him, we have Barack Obama, the first African-American president who implemented the Affordable Care Act. Lastly, we have Donald Trump, a controversial figure who focused on immigration and trade policies. And that brings us to the current president, Joe Biden, who is leading us through the ongoing challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Phew! That was quite a journey through the history of the United States. Remember, it's important to know our past to understand our present and shape our future.